yeah, it is South Africa, say of about 169 United Nations, emu 75, Emra omuma inimua, omunhia visa, Ghana kasa 75, however, and she shake a crown. I have to say, and Crawford promo, if you say companies near your promo near diabetes. Terms and conditions apply. Aye. Obviously, because CEO Adekye Nsroma Santana and South Africa Deputy High Commissioner to Ghana. His Excellency T. Do Umani Ekasai Mopenine can say aka paperwork kakrebi so much scrutinizing so na nyese obi a efa ni kukunin kaka na wo kontiwe terms and conditions apply, but generally sesiano penifose wo ma yen hwehwe na wie enti ko South Africa on shedeng visa. The Chronicle, NDC MP sing Nanado's praises in Parliament, cause that's how it's supposed to be. Unipa ya dia wakase wa ya dia, so that who said ye wan yen so kan no who say ampa ebra me ya dia obo mabaso manya dia na uka mejiatum, but the politics be ayeye oka oyonko de beye unti eya ne wo time peka. Fire commander warns don't use phones in kitchen. Emayentio don't use phones in kitchen. And the big one is the 2019 Afrobarometer report. Perception of corruption in police reduces as government scores high marks in fight against canker. It reduces, however, they still top the list. You see, generally, Ghana forward to pose, say afini fie corruption kind. Enti omu amafo adwen omu se corruption eba fom wo man Ghana mu na so obusa omu se enwumakuo ben na mususu se wo mu ye corrupt pa ana wo mu pa da mu diaje ene niema etete sa no amanboni che se ebiem Ghana Police Service atop list womu fi wonu mu atemuafo ni judge for judges and magistrates. The interesting one ebeshemu is business executives so seja onum kope contract na you know what I mean. Nam one returns but arrested by CID. Then the new crusading guide Captain War of MPs to only 3 times CVM is suggesting. President Akufo-Addo's 2 years records unmatched. It's NDC's mess that's still being felt, argues Stephen Amwa. The fight against corruption, government scores 60%, but 55% perceives corruption to be on the rise. And then which one again? Daily Graphic. That's the Kesiepa. Men's Gold CEO appears in court today. Wow. Only the end one can arrive sinibi. Where the brekunam ye dinishesho show no con in terms so national signs and mass quiz. Augustines are charms. Okay, congratulations to them once more. 2019 presidential page launched will provide funds for young entrepreneurs. Then polio resurfaces in Tamale and Nunaname Bomumu Amanieno. Algeria sets up semis date with Nigeria, beat Cote d'Ivoire on penalties. And Rapad, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, the end of Mokaya, Koyen Square, Nazano Mudiani. Boy, boy, extra time no neja. Ekoye 1-1. Afi the penalties be moi. Cote d'Ivoire fuenti mi anya di nkakama se mo ben ye die. Ka even so West Africa. But attend Nigeria won so still West Africa day in. Enti onum say finals no. Semi-finals no Algeria and Nigeria and the day ebebo any. So that's it for the papers. And amateur say ne empunimpuno yishia FDA na said the daily guide I didn't headline by na ya can this pepe and na Friday idie so glad this makwanya ye bedi ye bedi me ni bi kura wo de mo echina mo ntina mo fie na mo nye no the sumptuously na mo ne abusuani ni na enye kama afia ye crowd nti quickly ye konkrata no emu na afei akenkan nti afia fa daily guide on guide mo you flu answer ne akokot no So oba no police grele no nti yenko step by step onhu sa na ho ye de
Jamia dom ya
uti fata opa
medase
why na ye ma ana waji wiska nti wonka
oh living God
me da uji miska sa dia me si o we dia me kam boss krati ase seja ofin hu so ne ye de no anenam me nya tua sa me so dia me turn airtime timi fanchel ato ye ma me se dia je essential ya ma media na maka say G.
Living God Salon, Tabora Large Station.
That's why you laughed. Beautiful Kelly hair. Yeah, Daily Guide and Shasi, and one is back grilled by CID. And on page 3. The woes of Chief Executive Officer of the embattled gold dealership firm Men's Gold Ghana Limited do not appear to go away anytime soon. Nanapia Mensah, aka Namwan, arrived in the country yesterday around 11 a.m. from Dubai, where he has been in jail since December last year. Immediately he landed, he was whisked away to the police headquarters to be interrogated. The Ghana Police Service issued a statement later confirming his arrest and said he was in the custody of Interpol Ghana to assist in investigation. Quote, the Chief Executive Officer of Men's Gold, Mr. Nanapia Mensah, is in the custody of the CID headquarters following the Interpol alert issued for the accused. And one was handed over to Interpol Ghana by Interpol Dubai today for the CID to continue with the investigation started in 2008. The unsigned test statement, which was posted online, said fresh charges. According to the source, Namwan is facing provisional charges, including collecting deposits without license, money laundering, and defrauding by force pretense. Kwame Boafo Kufu, lead counsel for Namwan, told journalists at the police headquarters that his clients had gone through formalities at the CID office and was satisfied with progress made. The Ghana police have been extremely professional, responsible, and respectful in this matter, he said. Sources say Namwan is expected to be brought before the judge today. And then Supreme Court decides Ibrahim's bauxite fate. The Supreme Court has set July 31 to deliver its judgment on the Attorney General's writ challenging the decision of an Accra High Court to grant an application of certiorari filed by Exton Cubic Group Limited over 3 mining leases it obtained illegally. The AG last year filed a writ insisting that the High Court presided over by Justice Kweku Akabuafo lacked the jurisdiction to grant a certiorari to enforce or protect a non-existent right. According to the office of the AG, the 3 mining leases were not properly obtained by the company owned by former President Mohammed's younger brother, and said the High Court should not have granted the application for judicial review filed by lawyers for Ibrahim's company. And that's page 3 of the Daily Guide. So if you text that one, then we zoom into the rest later. Sister Ifya.
Yo, sister ya. Yeah, I was on for Daily Guide, double catano, and I day air shots in a catafan tossing me and son and a demo air crow. Men's Gold Ghana Limited, a Jumakono Penyo Dano, a year or random one, and an Apia Mensa. As an money hunu, and yes, a Toby train, not Naswachna. I just send some Kitokra, said a Ghana phone him near Bomma, near Mamma, say, you know. A idea will Konya case of Ufro. No ye chi no etu mu ko jail wo ye Dubai na ya me adom afi ne hodie no me ka se to otwa ne sa a che se kakra ya bodi de be ma no ya de mu edru na enra bese anopa Dubai ko 11 am na berwa yipuma kwan mu obedru Ghana ha sei no obedru ya pe na che
se ko se me ba betwintwa wa na mu so ma me ko di nkomo yi emra and the weekend. The new weekend crusading guide, and Wode Abba, page 10, captain of MPs to only 3 times. Now CVM for our one kano a concerned voters movement. One was in Kebeya and Rasha be fear for one way Rasha fear so one say confia na over to me as a gina be near to swaba no confia na no gina be near to swaba na fear na ni sia e beja okwan be obibia say Sam Rasha be fear no I dissolve ye guno and I ni bresi. na foforo ye to abawi a ya ye nhyehyɛ na foforo aba CVM fonsen ke be ya said ye won hyehyɛ say mampani bia wakɔ abro so amfie na impirenu no okomprenu a we bemfie nwotwe wawie no yenye bibisa so emamra hye badwafiefo enti okomfie nan baako komfie nan mienu mfie nan miensa ene wono no ye ade sesen ye development sesen ni manfo boje ni so sesen eno ano no nka na apem enti yenye bibisa ye kodi nkomo na owura kodwo poku Razak wono ena woye elkandifo emasa CVM ekwe concerned voters movement owo ahomane so ajajo mache
meje so hima
na mpomu te say
Yesu Kristo adarom ame ho ye na wonso e
adom ti me so me ho ye wo hene na adan na mo mpese ye benya Mugabe for parliament mo concerned pa ni sen
me da say ye hia Mugabe dia na senta JJ Rollins say na wo Mugabe wo Ghana your democracy na ye no share your constitution na a mixture of UK and US and they are blending the govern our democracy the fourth republic now shiva about your arms of government is three judiciary and two Penine Swaba, which is the chief justice is appointed by the executive headed by the president and the legislature, no, the two President Swaba, near two Mashabeja for Swaba, no Moswa elected Speaker of Parliament and their deputy. So we are saying, in the wisdom of the Constitution, Omuhu said, a presidential terms, they're limited to 2 terms, 4 years per term, 8 years in a swan. The political party now representing, Omodu Akwenya to contest every election. But who leader now would be anymore as a president or flag bearer no? Who Akwenya said only 2 terms, 4 years per term. So we are saying in order to manage our resource, our financial resource and other resource judicially, then I'm then capping to also 3 terms, 4 years per term. The reason why we are saying 3 terms, 4 years per term. In that case, never 12 years maximum. You can't go beyond that. They said the executive 8 years maximum. You can't go beyond that.
Okay.
12 years maximum. You can't go beyond that. Because Omubeka said parliamentary proceedings, parliamentary work, is year experience and all that. So at least first term, second term, what gaining enough experience third term those of my actor more 8 years they can be selected as various leaders for both sides. Nobody impart the knowledge, the parliamentary proceedings and all that to the new entrants movement.
Okay.
In that case, in a bit free space, other people and so any other opportunity to represent their constituency using the political parties.
Men call any man to one some. First of all, a hono a awesome and womokosom. And see, when you talk of a free space, ama for fraba, as if say a juma, NSS will be pension and unco pension. Ye need a some now, Mukakosum, she said, only pano Eden once was some of them in 1 bar for ye, not Messoma. Who say a man
penny, your president, I choose sumo. A sum and no more sum. Even their responsibility is huge. Omo constituency is huge. 30 million constituency. 30 million people. And forming the presidential constituency, they were a president. A sum now also. And I don't call Kufuor also. Your mama at times Kufuor role omo nyina be sum here. Our mandate is higher than even those members of parliament. By a cap 8 years, you can't go beyond that. So they are not different from the executive. So we are saying, and when it happens like that now, that struggles, tension, but if in party internal privacy, in the crowd, so better.
Ada wo mukọ brusa 12 years suggestion ya wo de meya e de na esi e wo fie ho e say bibi ana because wa ka say experience a wo mu benya no enti kran komo impact mo bi nti obi anya experience afa ya ye benya experience ne so mfa so say chile obi foforo and leave the scene.
Somebody has been in parliament since 1996 2000. All the experience he has gathered, Ubetima measure a benchmark, go to his constituency, compared to the experience I went since 1996 or 2000. Now compared to the developmental projects that one lobby for his constituency, you can clearly see that if such people give space for new ideas, fresh entrants, things will have been better in those constituencies. Competition is very, very, very important.
Okay, Mamini can say in this next question, I'm not saying say parliamentarians and your development. Any day, the resources need be mano. Intimacy, but we all know say
a member of parliament for more than 20 years, 16 years, and you cannot lobby.
Oh, Mama, no answer. But Osha, omo primary responsibility. Yes, omo shemra. CNT I can't emrachibejano. They legislate laws. It's
one of the functions.
Major.
Don't let.
And it is the major. It is one, but major.
It is
of
parliament.
Of course, because you no arguments about that.
2008, after 2008 elections,
yes,
Honorable Matukuku Prempeh called parliament. Adekye Nsroma called parliament. But we share that their first term in parliament, the kind of experience they were able to master and gather, even during vetting committees subsequently thereof. Omo call for Monomo call parliament at that time. They have outshined them. So it's based on your individual competence and your ability to learn on the fastest rate. Okuje to Blackwa, when or the time they not call parliament. The compatriots or normal court parliament. He's performing better than them. Upon Kroma, 2016 year no court parliament. Look at the job he's doing. And compared to those who have been in parliament 1996 thereabout, what are they doing?
But some constituency they campaign. And many people put themselves up. Kojo abotre kita udienti udia mamimra mukakra. Now,
my own mama no see so I be boy.
And can you tell me question now Odia to us so. The point is, omuko hono individual ejuma fine. Obi pemra shebejana so obi aba parliament for more than 3 terms, you know. Onka se me obi me contest no. Ena obi aputi no ho up. Enti constituency na na can say ye pass mercy. Ni asia mane ko.
No, you see, let me tell you. Let's come even our executive. If you decide, say, the executive, no, you can go as many times you want. It will be practically difficult for an opposition party to unseat an incumbent government. The fact that cap now may see one, and I'm trying to say JJ time since 1992, you can go as many times you want. So now got the so let us not presume say amount for their internal process, internal mechanism. Okay? The panel chair honoma during party polling station elections, electoral areas selections and all that. No? As long as the panel at the constituency was a channel or upper hand, and the polling station and the electoral areas executives are constitute the constituency album or most selecting those as parliamentary candidates. So you can't say amount for now. The longer you stay there, the more you establish and entrench your relevance in that constituency.
Kojo, what can I say how you entrench your relevance?
Your relevance not in terms of me making a statement, in terms of the internal party structure, not the constituency as a whole.
So Adena constituencies in Ankasan decide this as the
way democracy now, Take Ashanti region and Volta region, for instance. If people, the larger constituency, their party never presenting no moto swaba because those blocks, is a main strongholds of these two leading parties.
Okay.
Whether the person, a perform you, one perform you, as long as any panel, a bit more capture the polling station, the electoral area executive, automatically or parliament. But if people vote based on competence and based on the Nipan ability assign legislation laws, the ability to lobby for jobs for his youth in those constituencies, lobby for infrastructure developments and all that. If indeed he votes on that demonstrable competence, trust me, there will be a lot of changes even in Ashanti region, which belongs to the New Patriotic, and the voter region in the NDC. But no, as long as you're able to capture the internal party structure, you're already in parliament. And that has created sort of mindset in certain members of parliament. They have become virtually, with all due respect, lazy to create employment opportunities for their youth, create social amenities and other infrastructure projects or bit more lobby for their constituents. You're going to say, oh, mayo, as long as I'm able to win primaries, I'm in parliament. Is that what you want? Is that the kind of democracy you want to practice? No. But the person who says, I have a limit, I can't go beyond this limit, he will leave a legacy behind. He will make sure, say, after my 3 terms, these are the number of jobs I'll be able to lobby for my people in my constituency. These are the number of rules I'll be able to lobby successfully, assign legislation laws and all that. So we need to do, as we have done for the executive, 8-year term. They're now done for Kufado. So I don't know 8-year term. He wants to leave a legacy behind. After my 8 years, I've done 3 SHS, I've done 1 village, 1 dam, I've done 1 district, 1 factory. Even the 1 district, 1 factory, this number of factories I'm able to create. This number of employment has created for the good people of Ghana. I've solved A, B, C, and D problems. That's a legacy.
No, depend you. What about say Onipa Nbeka say found need the mayor bia after 12 years, yes, kojo. Ye dream papa ni adwin boni after 12 years. Koba ni se kape be ma. Ye nya me shi ntimi nkumi ho.
Because the executives, 8-year term, 4 years per term.
Okay.
If Ghanaian decide, say, first term, which is 4 years, only be up to expectation, they will vote you out. There is no automatic there. Up to 12 years. No, we are saying that up to 12 years, but you have an opportunity to contest in every election. If the people think that you are not competent enough to go beyond 3 terms, they will pack you out.
Okay. Kojo, one would have thought, Senka, Mubesh, instead, some Mubeka Capeno, can you Mubesh as Gracia now, Womujene free?
It also will be another thing because as Gracia, no. It must link, it must tied up to the Nipano every term. It's a as gracia issues, no. It shouldn't happen that every 4 years, near Mao as gracia. It is so because for Article 97 now, every 4 years they should dissolve the parliament and constitute new one. So you presume so more first 4 years now, that parliament doesn't exist. So you need to pay their pension, which is in the form of as gracia. Okay,
so, Kojo, I come back to my question. I come back to my question. Enti, adenti na any CV information say you buy such a yes say uko na ubesi abankwa na wini na ba. Enti the ex gratia will be paid by the next parliament that will come into effect. Enti uka you won't get enti after what 7 years that's when you become ex gratia sem. Now, can you no? There won't be any capping. Say,
no, there should be a cap.
Okay.
There should be a cap. You said that here for executive, you can't go beyond 8 years maximum. There should be a cap for members of parliament.
So which one am Mubisa CVM for? Mubisa for capping, na say Mubisa for capping and ex gratia review.
The ex gratia, no, it's a different issue. We are going to also state our opinion on that.
Okay.
Even the amount, the threshold, who is qualified, and all those things, we need to also consider that one.
Okay.
So it's a different angle which we also will come because you can't combine the terms and their condition. It's a condition of service and terms. So we will come to that one and state our case as far as the ex gratia is concerned.
Okay, Kojo, modern Komoya by the Becosu Edinti, and KJB, that she be a Besayaba.
And see, how many you saw our Quenya? Both parties acquire parliamentary primaries.
Okay.
Will be a Watcher parliament to watch since 1996-2000. The people should assess them, their track record. What have they able to achieve in those years for their constituency? Number of jobs being were created for its people. Number of factories or companies being and a working lobby to make sure say it is flourishing in its constituency. What are the social amenities infrastructure status in its constituency? We need to has value for money.
Okay.
Not just say nipa no a stronghold unti me capture nipa 300 no moto me so aba and automatically whether I do A, B, C, and D. Some of them also me campaign you had a stronghold me they are popular. We don't want that kind of democracy. Okay. We must hold people accountable and we must make sure that our leaders are doing the expectation of the voters.
Okay. Kojo anope yedase pa. Abisa for Kojo Poku Razak, founder any leader Emma Concerned Voters Movement CVM and yenina kodisa say won susu ya wo pese wo de ba na wo susu ama ba deja say emrahwe dwafie for said ye mampani de no wo sum mfie na mpre no awawie no emrahwe dwafie de no so yenye ni bibisa mfie na prensa nanka wo so wawie ye ka sa amrahwe dwafie fo asemi de me friend twam se NDC amanyoko no release krata ya wura Johnson Esedu nketia General Secretary ma NDC ne Sashase Nrada na wonom de krata e babontin na wo chese constituencies ahodo a womo eba be yi mrahye bedwafie fo na womo mbe gina pre mrahye bedwa konwa no ba bi ono mu aya twetwe bia sensen eti wo se amantifi du sei won beto aba no wo ba bia na so won be ye omu process bia ede ebenam so ama wo matimi aye primaries no na mum cheponi die enti cheponi constituency enya de a wo mo ebetimi akọ sa process no emu bi na je de ebema wo mo ayi parliamentary candidate no wo mo nka ho wo mo nye bi na amantifi do na okay first one here northeastern sisi awanhwe ya fa wani so northeastern region na de edi obiem no eye Pandai ene Bembila Pandai ni Bembila eho eye northern region na western region no evaluate jura Takrade Amanfi East Takwansuayem Kwesimintim ena Esikado Ketan constituencies what central region nyina yeso mbetimi ayi won bibia emum efutu senya east ewutu senya east upper dentra west ena ejumako enyan esiem eho womo enka ho ena voter region so all the constituencies ho ipe and womun to me and go through one selection process any ade eastern region constituencies here womo se honom womo putting on hold efa parliamentary primaries and in sensem nyina no esio jaman yilo krobo upper menya lower menya eyensuano suhum fante akwa north nsawama duagiri upper west achem afram plains north afram plains south new abrim ena ebuakwa north asante asewase new edubiase ahafoano north edua secheduma se asante achem north ena ofenso north bono region jama north wenchi ena brekum west ena ahafo region so tano south enti sa constituency so eno de yese mo betwentwen so ansa wo mo ye parliamentary primaries no ho ahoboa any election bia parliamentary election no primary selection no mo de nya de a mo be ye mo de enti ye nya general secretary a ye bebusa ne se adan why de enti na we mo de mo nka ho efia so aso mesayaba
yo I was saying for daily guide the Bokrata and if I toss me and sa eno enana ye demo femu na eye Men's Gold Ghana Limited opinion dano na apia mensa aka nam 1 na mani hunu ene eye so board ya beba rende enye na dwen say to betwe na so china kra
oh me na me ni ekuse wate nfa medical de che wate ntiti afi medawase so ti ase na ni ama mate fio kasa de ma Men's Gold ejumako no PRO ma me ne no nkudi enkomo kakra Niama mache once again.
Mena.
Kaseye ena.
Yena.
Waya die boko die.
Nyame adom bia boko so e.
Nyame adom me so me hu ye. Me na no me no bo nkomo wo peace 6 p.m. no. Won say aha. Yeah, it was so but e bia na de no otie peace no. Na de no wo hwe UTV nti wante. Na mi busa wasem bi nu anaje no say na mon ba oba ye no onu ani pem enu wode ba ye say oh because so say oh koye na de kosi oduba wa wie ni dwumadie ena oba back to ne man mu and am say oba back to ne man mu say because enim say red alert than the Interpol hwehwe say Interpol for na de ne ba ye anaso ba ye no obedue no attend and in ma police and I say please na see you we are looking for you are wanted already so we have arrested you emu de he and the scene run because yet he was arrested.
Yo, I mean, that my phone na me chair we more simple. And now we share or buy the police service and Qatar the more information to more official Facebook post no so. And if you read that post no, can't say the Dubai Interpol no because of the red alert no, we really be or Dubai or so, the Dubai Interpol no the neighbor Ghana to hand over him to the local authorities and the local Interpol Ghana, so that at least the CID can take over and continue with their investigation that they started in 2018. So, with the Nikami, is because the who called Dubai is he has no charges, only a Cynthia or Dubai also. So now it behooves some government of Ghana to now get in touch with the Dubai authorities through Dubai Interpol and then bring him over to Ghana and then hand over him to the local authorities here. And
okay.
So Dubai, it's because of that process in Ghana.
Okay, so said your wow can bro for no bring him not just say Interpol for na dinner ebaye. And then he was arrested.
Well, Dubai or no?
In Ghana. Neba obaye no arrest.
Oh, it's a matter of how best may I explain no amount. But the point is that they've handed over to Ghana. So it's up to Ghana to take over with the investigation. So the best can say they need to question him. They need to ask him 2 questions because there are complaints being filed by the section of our customers. And so it is because of that complaint meeting they call police CID for interrogation.
Okay, Nrano. Unim say police eniama mienu no otumi ma on invitation and also otumi chiro say ya chew ya che no and I man invitation your friend say bra bebo ani anya nhwehwemu.
No, I'm not in that position to give you the semantics whether invitation or arrest. And the most important say he went there. The police took him to CID and then they questioned him in the presence of his lawyers. That's what happened. I see.
And now at 6:15 now o say moda so our police homo ko no pa 11:15 no and now ofi ho and I say waka post ya catch ho the free 6 abc anopai no situation in net saying.
Oh, and no want to mean on money bill and no anything and then no you court or no and I say bet me lawyers bet me fight case so that at least whatever charges on bet so no then the lawyers can get him a bail and say, no idea, want to mean a bail and run.
Okay, see, and oka police idea catcher now, more than a call baby for from.
Well, police is here still, and he's still in the police with the police one.
Okay, we understand, say, and no pay more court.
Aye.
Now, lawyer for no SSA because he has fresh charges aba.
Okay, with the charges, media, and I'm in the position to say, yeah, big lawyer, and lawyer Kufu. I mean, he's in the best position to explain the charges, and how over to me, I church Mama and how they're going to fight the case at court. But me, so where I sit there, I need to also get information from him in terms of the charges made on my place or on him.
Okay. And yeah, my mimbusa customers question we ma wo na yen fancy. Say customers are hopeful say omusika no mubetua.
Yes, and it's that's the focus this year no. Over the reason why I called Dubai was because of Jesus African Horizon for Adekye almost $39 million. No, that's the reason why he went there. Although Hono and can same way and but this time now you are hoping to you're South African now with your Ghana and then you expect your customers no. But unfortunately no do one and same way you now see here on the court or no more what you put Horizon company no. But God so good no call or only the court no or the coning they didn't accept on the lower court decision no. They took him to appeal court. Appeal court affirmed the decision of the lower court, and to see he is able to fight his way through all the legal tax no what Dubai. So they say the judgment has come say sir Dubai company Horizon Royal no on to and second man. So now the focus is say they retrieve Africano now your customers. And your customers no yeah explaining a more on several grounds. They also understand say we are going through the process because court my judgment for Dubai no it's not like only our judgment now the next day no mutia. It's a bit of a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. The customers, so they also understand. We've explained to them. So we are hoping that maybe by the end of the month and now the coming weeks, Horizon 4 no better as can on my can hit accounts definitely no customers no be almost a
mo hwe kwa mo de betua customers no mainly sa Horizon Diamond for sika no
and so count so I can say o man for be near the car. I've said that on record, so I'm not forbidding the car. But Horizon 4 like it's again we're gaining media attention. What you see because no only call court now assembly brain so now we are so you're winning a case no. And then you were other people almost on the car. We'll make sure now that he's done with all the charges in Dubai. No,
other people burn on Mudemuka because they any man Horizon there.
Oh, tell me to me boy your business they'll be a car or TV so.
Oh, but say mo dear or man for mo dear muka babe deja and more of a Horizon dear when no mo dear babe to jet that one say
the Horizon one and yet because of the court case now so be am say Horizon dear cafe. Okay, it's because of court case me buy no man for tea say but I mean to me do not say wait the car it's not done what I say but the most important thing the focus now we are doing is to make sure say ben ya start scanning na and then they start to say your customers that's the most important thing for us.
Okay. A bit more perception say no the more can the ajujo customers na kuma kwa but para se mu betimi atua wo mu kan na because sika no se mu se mu tua principal no kwampa enye sika wa enti enna ho mu betimi atua that is it.
Okay, and yeah, see, it's someone for cancer. I mean, that's our opinions, and I respect those opinions. What you say, but sometimes someone for cancer. You see, your customers here, no. I mean, among your customers, they understand, they read, they understand the issues. What you can I say? When you the much share here, just say, beside your questions, what you say, and say, like you can't be customers not to just believe, so we are giving them false hope. Not at all.
Okay.
What you say? I mean, our boss didn't go to Dubai for a year or do holiday and analysis. I went there because of that, and because of that, was that prison for good 7 months. What you say? So Sikabi no or Gianna no better prison 7 months to fight the case right away from lower court all the way to appeal court. What I say? It's because of that commitment to come and pay the money, no. Anything you went through all this ordeal, all these frivolous charges too, so but with all that, of fighting case, just to make sure say Obenya African, I don't think say he did all that, believing say there's nothing there to take.
Ni emetewase but enu ye just $31 million na kana oman for omodi omono so you over 200 ana.
Oh, so okay, let's work with what you are the figures you are woman Mrs. Siano. You see say 200 million Ghana cedis. That's what we put out there. The
okay.
Kana anybody now obviously another company back up the $39 million who convert here is almost 290 million Ghana cedis. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's the cannibal. I mean, to go a long way to solve the problem. No, another boy.
Say eba as if say eba nenichna. What if say no so koye another legal tussle? Na no so akwa shame no so odi court atinantwie ye gsika emfa mamonic sad no obi de okana upeso retrieve. You know how it can be sometimes.
We can't be being say one see them kind no.
Okay.
Court nama the order no. I'm saying say court ma order no chinaya
no. And we are different. 31 and we are Horizon Diamonds, you know. 39 Horizon Diamonds, you know. But even in Ghana, we say companies be demoka. Much mean for Edino and Suja.
I can't say Ghana. People dear can say Oman for dear. I've mentioned Ghana or other. Aman
for demoka. And Aman for no demoka no. How are you going to retrieve it? Because I know so it might take some time. Oh, the Horizon the any and Phantom one. It takes 7 months.
I cannot put on TV say wait the that's how we're going to collect it. I say Horizon because I said never antina the Obia account one but the company no So be the car, we have a way of going around and collecting that money. But because your boss or car start prison custody for almost 7 months, and Nema to me she papa a man. But it's where you use that court case, and the idea Cabiano definitely you bet me say bet to start coming in and
short to say every ben I'm bet your customers. When are you going to pay the customers?
I can't give you a specific date.
Okay.
My catcher will say it's the court has given judgment. It's a process.
No problem. You can't give a specific date. Until Omobeko so chain. So with Omoaboche was so Munyaboche so they will leave it there. What about say Mobetua Nina with interest and answer Mobetua just the principal?
You can't share your customers over and over, and I've said this over and over. Say where we've gotten to know is just the principal that you say a betia scanning a betia. And to scan back to start payments, we are paying principal because on the 8th of October we issued a press release. What kind of press release? It's a discussion we had with the customers, and if I agreed, said now necessary best statistics it's only principal that would deal with. So I don't know.
Okay. Ni yebeda wase papa. Enti bibia ni adachi bia yebeba. But before you go, I think so I get it now. Sek eba mo office no gold and ne collectibles ahodo omo enya ye no. Omo tumi ama mo ne bo se de esi som value.
Minti de can say, minti ase.
Sek Securities and Exchange Commission. Se omo ba mo offices ahodo no. Omo ba ye no, were they able to retrieve monies and our gold? Be your honor. If they were able
came to do was to give us a letter. That's what it came to do. They gave us a letter said we should shut down the company because we don't have the license to operate in the collectible. That's what they did.
That's all they did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Niama mate fio kasa edema men's gold ejumakono enye nene din komono efia.
Timinka men's gold dey na.
Oh, said the niama ye ni die. Ye fanya de foforo. Ko wonim na kan box site dey. Ana we box site foforo.
Ye more no so.
And your boss so
Yo, abusanfo delegate Democrat ade fe to so miensa kro no a na ye wo na beye enaka kra ni so manfo ebekaya eye Owura Ibrahim Mahama eye kanema mpanyi Owura John Dramani Mahama ni nua ketwa no wonso no wo box site adwumakuo achese na oyemu a na ebeto odwa se eye mining lease miensa na owo no eye ade a wamfa kwanpa so eninya ye ne senti eye ade ampanyifo gina mra so kwasa ne machines ni ade ko sensam ebe ede jam ye tese mu momamfo nyina TV na babeto odwa se nyame ye adoma 31st July ye ewom ya Supreme Court wo mu be deliver judgment a efa Attorney General mu writ bi anom de challenge Accra High Court mu decision say wo be grant application of certiorari achese Extin Cubic Group Limited for wo filing ye e wo sa eye mining lease miensa ye wo mu anfa kwampa so eninya ye no na se de pam no twa nyame adoma eye 31st July ya e na sa eye judgment no wo no ebe pass
unim de AG ye AG say krata no sa tumi krata miensa na ode ema exchange cubic say wo mo fanko tu sa from agudie box site no wo mo anya no emra kwan so enti court enyina ni tumi mu enka say watwam enu ne seshurara no metwam aha enti won twata contract ni mu ene nkrata ekita wo mu ni nyina enu no wo se nei o se ebre na enche na wo defate mu aba se court beka se ane meti abanlo ya pani asem no muni mwade ne namumra kwanso nti metwem ana obeka se oh abanlo ya pani there be sentwem we die metwa enye nti memfasa seshurara ne mamono eno no Yemra page 6 of Daily Guide. Now, Daily Guide, page 6. Sweet vagina woman arrested. The Food and Drugs Authority, in collaboration with the Criminal and Investigation Department, CID, of the Ghana Police Service, has arrested one Elizabeth Togbo, who goes by the name Mama G, over the sale of libido boosters and love charms. The arrest follows the discovery of a video showing Mama G granting an interview, claiming she has sexual enhancement and other products which have not been duly registered by the FDA. The FDA, in a statement signed by its Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Dilly's Mimi Darko disclosed that the suspect was picked up on Wednesday, July 10, 2019 at her shop at Medina, Accra. During the arrest, several ladies were seen queued to buy the product, which many have termed as husband snatching juju. Hey, memabre.
I was for delegate the Bokata and if I toss you in Sia and your demo air corner no and Nababeto Joseph Food and Drugs Authority for one nom Aya Jumadin and Mekoria say 1 minute criminal and investigation department CID4 and Ghana Police Service. So Munina can't bomb Mekoria say Lisbeth Talkbo Baba Wakama Yadia Maka Cochino na social media today Mama G and Obia at the friend. Nina say a rabbi a basabi in ro I mabe to media or moho now what to me aje a mema abosuo one more to me aje a mema sikajin crofo kunumua and no one jumana Mama G woye I said no water pa and I wish Food and Drugs Authority for so emre answer na obidi a draw say your nom say the cani pediano ebeba Ghana has said so dia ko just water crofo tobi no jisa no one to me I register nipanet mama be registered in team hon krata na so Mama G dey was it share Food and Drugs won ko baby dey me mo registration ye dey wan ko and on social media so ton say no ma maiwa wo mo atuagu so wo mo tobi ne sense no wo kire say na no wuku ada no July ada na to so edu no na Food and Drugs Authority for wonom ekoche no aha ene so mo ko ne shop Medina ye ko na kire say ma ya to something na ye interview wo mo ko to aduro bi na kire say nyasa nkito pam no twa no they said ya kochi no
Yenko page 5 daily guide. Ghana gets visa free to South Africa. South Africa is now a visa free travel destination for Ghanaians. Ghana has added to the list of 7 countries whose citizens would be allowed to enter South Africa without a visa. The decision to add Ghana to the list was taken by South Africa's Department of Home Affairs following an announcement in September 2018 that South Africa was finalizing a number of visa waiver arrangements with other nations. South Africa's Minister of Home Affairs, Aaron Motshekedi, said in a statement that citizens of the 7 countries are able to enter South Africa without a visa. Unfortunately, Ghana happens to be packed.
Katafre to su enum wo delegate the Bokata ni mu anu na sisira betodwa. Won say we are Ghana ni na akọ South Africa memu a unya visa bia we visa free. Enya ade aba kwakọ pentin kwa bia na feda ko visa da bi wo be ko ne zu wa bra visa bia enimu na manebo no koso kire mu a South Africa Department of Home Affairs for wonom na chese atumi asisa gina September na to so edu nwotwe ama sese rode ehonsam ababe tudwa no na o chese amai makomako enso na sese de wo betumi akọ South Africa manimu wa bra wo mo enje visa na nyame adom sa amai enso no Ghana man ye ka ho bi na South Africa so afọ wo hwe efi sam ensam so Home Affairs Minister woni Aaron Motshekedi wona de sa ensemi atudwa
Mwe yenfa the daily graphic yenko page 13 na yenko nkoshe polio nsem no enkansa na afi yaba Afro barometer no eso page 13 daily graphic polio resurfaces in Tamale. Public health experts in the country are on a high alert following the detection of the type 2 polio virus in drains in Tamale in the northern region. The director of public health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Bedusa Akodie, said although not found in a person, the virus could be transmitted to humans when they came into contact or when they come into contact with it. The type 2 strain of the polio virus was confirmed earlier this week by the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research to be similar to the type that broke out in Nigeria recently. The virus was found in a sewage in the Tamale municipality during an environmental health surveillance last week.
I was for daily graphic the Bokata and if I tosu edu miensa and yedum aircraw na no and a public health experts mo ewo memu one day atu edwase emuboya de eye polio no type 2 b eyiniti ewo eye Tamale no what if mantema enya sam kitwa kra so makeka omo ho no man to me anso ano ya de achese beje nsemo kra na wo chese sa eye type 2 ya eyiniti no eyade a ha adwen ye pa na last week no anapo na otwetwa mu no na chese wonom ehu ensem na no and a director Emma Public Health ewa Ghana Health Service Dr. Bedusa Akodie wode atu edwa se ewom so mu hu obi hu de nanso no virus no ebetumi afi obi hu ede akọ obi hu nipa ede akọ obi hu achese no no wo mu eba behwe na waka hu asem atu hu asem enwamum ya na ochese no Gucci Memorial Institute for Medical Research for wonu ene ye hwehwemu amasa ensem we aba betodwa.
More Chronicle, NA page 3, perception of corruption in police reduces. The Ghana Police Service has 4 years now topped the Afrobarometer Corruption Perception Index as the most corrupt institution in Ghana. But this year's report released by the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, has seen a reduction in the perception of corruption the public has against the police. In 2015, the Afrobarometer Index had the police service leading the chart, with 64% of the interviewees seeing the service as the most corrupt public institution in Ghana. However, in the 2019 survey, the figure has reduced to 59%, which is a drop of 5%. The report, which was announced at a news conference in Accra yesterday, also revealed that 60% of the people interviewed held that the government had successfully waged the war against corruption, as against 25% recorded in 2015. Such overwhelming confidence in the government has equally reflected in all the areas the barometer covered. Now, Fire Commander warns don't use phones in kitchen. Divisional Officer Grade 1 Lily Ashong Robertson, commander of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Fire Service Station, has cautioned the public to avoid using mobile phones whilst cooking in the kitchen. She said radioactivity from phone calls should be prohibited in the kitchen because it had the propensity to ignite fire from gas cylinders. A statement from Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant to the Ghana News Agency said Ms. Robertson gave the caution at the Maiden Safety Week celebration of the plant in Accra. She said many fire outbreaks were due to negligence and disregard for safety precautions.
For Chronicle, the Democrat and if I toss me and Sunny Democrat, the Yakin Cassis here, and no Miss Mede Chassis, no, and a divisional officer, a grade 1, Lily Ashon Robertson, or a commander, Emma Accra Metropolitan Assembly Fire Service Station. No, a casa bo amansan na kokose, and it dear mother say, ye duane ewo ejade, ye duane wa kitchen, you can't say to me, Edimo bathroom, coho, and any will be ye duane, number bathroom train, and all no couldn't comaka said there be. They said about told just a mobile phone, a gas no in shia. It's me peja time bia, and the sense no. So who ye duane, now the mobile phone echo at the same time, and on this one ya we ka krabia, a bit to me Eddie just share about if you honum. Now what you say we know and some artists integrated recycling and compost plants. One of Eddie to Ghana News Agency, Mammy Robertson, and also Jina so Edisa a year Okoboy atuja. No more yes safety week celebration, the moon and Ojina so this Okoboy to Johnny Sentinel. Nitia Chamua and saying kitchen, so who jardin na wo ye duania. Mobile phone and fanko ho. Would the back or crampona se wunya corn swa edidim. Shen one fa. Dumujano, nakwa bonti ko receive ko anya sa dia. Was radiation no high and a gas nisha. Betumi edija hye abeno no and ode ho nsam aba. Chronicle the broadcast and fair tosumi nsa. Ni fair tosumi nsa krono ano. Ghana Police Service or my process jumakuo no. Wache se beye mfie kakra nie eba katashe sumasi dwumadie krono ne ade mudi mu hinenya sam ketwa we eye afro barometer corruption perception index aya na taba no de aba ni bie na chese wagina so a wode atodwa na wache se report ni mu no Center for Democratic Development. Woman no de sa report atudwa. No chese ye say de aprosifo eye corruption no asa no abrasi kakra bi. Esan say 2015 afini mu no Afro Barometer Index chese ba ye no was police service aprosifo na woman na din kan. Esan say enipa dodo a woman interview woman no emu aduosia na 64% na chese interview woman nyina chese kowi ase no chese edodo no na chese woman de to dwa sa aprosifo eba corruption party a womu di kan nanso about 2019 die mu no o chesa ya de a figure no aba from kakra 59% na chesa corruption no free 64% akọ 59 ewa prosifo afemu uhwemu a ya de a eso atebese enum ohamu nchemu enum wo de no eto nchen a wo kire se ene report ni bebre aba we edad se wosa a wo man etu e wo corruption eye katache ne esuma se dwuma de eso no yade a ano abrase kakra a chese no wo de ho nsama ban no kan kwa akira nipa bebre de wom institutions bebre de wom agege fo de wom mrasebedwafo kwa de wo chese wo hwemu a corruption no o mu nhada anye papa yes, answer 2015 no. Wabule na 48%. Afi dia buy no. Abedu 32%. That is so at year pa. Local government for 2015 na 27%. 2015 na 43%. Afi dia buy no. Abedu 27%. That is ya dia corruption no. Eba from kakra. Na so still na no. Abresi for matopo. Mo di nkunim wo mu. Enka ye school anka mo defense.
Mo yeko Ghanaian Times near page 18 presidential pick season 2 launched to empower youth. The second phase of the presidential pick season 2 was yesterday launched in Accra with a call on young Ghanaian entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas to apply for funding. In this regard, the portal with the link www.mobd.gov.gh was opened for applicants and would be active for 2 weeks until July 25, 2019. The initiative is to support young entrepreneurs with brilliant business ideas who are unable to sustain themselves financially. Now, page 17, Ogasco Crown 2019 National Maths and Science Quiz Champions. St. Augustine's College, Ogasco, yesterday ended its 12-year National Science and Maths Quiz Trophy drought after emerging winners of this year's competition. Cape Coast-based college beat Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, PSEC, and defending champions St. Peter's Senior High School, PESCO, to record its second NSMQ win since its maiden victory in 2007. After a fiercely contested finale at the National Theatre in Accra, Ogasco backed 39 to thrash their closest contender, Legon PESEC, with a difference of 5 points at the end of the final round, while PESCO looked on with 25 points.
I was for Ghanaian Times the Bokrata no eni na kratafan so edu enotwe ene demo aircrow no Chester presidential pitch season 2 ani eyade a wo fa etoso mienu second phase no empanyifo aya mamre e de apa ho entoma na sa presidential pitch season 2 no wo Chester ye hyehye bia aban e de aba no wo begina so ama emebura sebe wonim de na wo betimi wo nsa no djuma no betimi de biebie wo mu akasa enuma no aban afa sa presidential pitch season no so na for de support bonom e wo enema pi afamu se de beya wo muso betimi agin hi na omo biebie omunuma na afoforo mebura omo wie school na wonya adwuma nya no wonum atumi afa wonum agusa enwuma ni mu na ofendi nkan de ompa ho ntoma dada sha se ye adwuma ofe toso mienu no na sese de wo mo aya mamre apa ho ntoma ene support preference support emu odu de ye be ma wonum ebi se de be ya wo man kasa no wo mo na se betumi aye den e wa adwuma ni mu wagina so at the website at www.mobd.government.ghana ati se no any website or di atudwa eno no wa wonsa no dwuma wa adwuma pese odi bi adwuma na emum no wo hia support kakra no wo kokko no mu abetumi de hunsam nyina atudwa ama mpanyifo nso komba akohu na fe support kra wo hia no wo matumi e de ama wo yi eye hyehye ya wa ye e de ama emebu na odi epia won se de be ya wo mso betumi anya bibi e de wonsa aye ama abrabomu no etumi e contemporary so e de ama wonam katafa to so edu enso e wo Ghanaian Times the Bokrata mu no wo de abosi St. Augustine College Nenra National Science and Maths Quiz no eyade a wo mu edi mu nkunim achesenya sam ketokra we die no wo di mu nkunim ene sa Cape Coast School ye kan wasemi wo chese ombiti Presbyterian Boys Senior High School Legon PESEC for achese wo ama enigi abapa no kwa akira point a wo mu edi ebiti wo mu nyina no wa chechire mu kama e wo Ghanaian Times Broadcast ne fa to so edu enso
mo why ade oso wa chechire mu kama pa ye dase ye de besi ai sei na fe ye koba pa na ye de apomuden enkomo no bro na de bekoso mu kase no so eno so ye de aka ho ama. Good morning to you, Honorable Okovanda Poi, former mayor on NSC a we MP ewo himfa masan o MP we
why
Honorable Okovanda Poi
o sankran fo ni mu ho ba bi no
what such Honorable former mayor, good morning. If you are constituency, no. Say no one cry, didn't fancy be denche, and I change. Would a cow in a buy dear one take wow, you change hini. Need to know about you say.
About you say.
Ah,
and about you know the man.
Change. And cramphone and abandon. That's a Sikawa, mammy, Agbapa. Would you not was young cry? It's a good morning. Have you more Obi Shawatariana?
Grocer.
Okay.
Summertime, that's why Grocer Ventures, Bay Junction, and I war. And I'm to Living God Saloon, or more a war, Tabura, a large station, Asantoa, one why a fan of pay, Medas. Asantoa, that's if I die and walk over, you cover the Yakavit to us since we need him watching.
Yawo akukua bi amaye ni